Sonia Dills claims she lost wages when the defendant grew and sold her patented peppers. Ms. Dills is suing homemaker Lily Stein in the amount of $4,200. Ms. Stein claims the plaintiff's vine creeped over onto her soil, and once the peppers started growing, she cultivated, harvested, and sold them at the market.
We're suing over your peppers.
Yes, you're right.
Those must be some really good peppers.
It's amazing. You have to taste it sometime.
And you actually created the seed
Yes,
for these peppers.
Yes, from 7 different other seeds.
And
it's called pearl peppers. It's purple in color, and it looks very beautiful.
I'll take a look.
It to you.
And Ms. Stein, Ms. Dills is saying that you have somehow gotten a hold of these peppers and now you're benefiting from them.
No, that's not true. No.
I love the purple color. And are all of these the same type of pepper, or?
It's slightly different. The purple is slightly distinctive, and you can't find it in any grocery store anywhere.
And you, from what I recall, spent some time actually exhausting this process where you had a patent specifically on these peppers.
Yes, the first thing when me and my husband, we moved here, we got it.
And you are from India?
Yes.
Okay. You and your husband moved here, yes?
A couple of years ago, and we got this patent. And about 6 months, we moved in the same neighborhood as Mrs. Lily lives.
And I'll take a look at yours as well. And the proximity from her property line to your property line, is there some sort of adjoining wall?
No,
there's a slight bricks and a fence. It just doesn't crawl over. You have to pull it in.
No, you don't. No,
Wait a minute.
You don't.
This
That's not true.
Are these your peppers on one side of this gate?
Yes.
Are you on your property line when you took this picture?
Yes.
All right. Well, this picture is showing that on one side, the peppers are growing on the other side. And your position is, if they grow on my side of this fence or gate, they're mine.
Coming up on America's Court.
This is something that she has created, and you are taking what she has created and taking them to market and then underbidding her.
America's Court is back with the case of Sonia Dills, who is suing homemaker Lily Stein for $4,200.
You are now seeing the peppers that you patented and created growing on her property.
Yes.
And what are you doing with these peppers once they grow?
Well, I mean, they were on my property and they were growing, and I knew that she was going to the farmer's market and selling these peppers for a lot of money. And personally, I'd like to make a little money too. So I
Let's all make some money off some peppers.
She's been selling for $1. Of course, they're going to go over and buy at your place.
Well, wait a minute. You were taking these peppers to the farmer's market, and you were selling them for how much?
$2.50 per pepper and 10 for 20. And she's selling it for $1, and all my hard work just goes down the drain because she sells it for $1.
But this is
now you realize, Ms. Stein, that she's created these peppers, that she is trying to pursue this as a business venture. And it just so happens that because it's growing on your side, you are now taking from something that she has built and nurtured. You don't see any issue with that?
No, well, I mean, I didn't know there was such a thing as a patent on a pepper, on pepper seeds.
Well,
I mean,
once you knew that, that means that this is something that she has created, and you are taking what she has created and taking them to market and then underbidding her.
Judge Ross's verdict when America's Court returns.
Based on the evidence and the testimony before this court, the gavel is going to come down in favor of the defendant.
What?
I'm going to have to dismiss your case. I'm going to dismiss it without prejudice. And the reason for that is because you're talking about a patent infringement. Things involving trademark, intellectual property, and copyright. Those matters must be handled in a federal court. Now, having said that, federal court is expensive, it's time-consuming, and that's a challenge. Having said that, because again, I dismissed it without prejudice, there's a case called Bowman versus Monsanto, Ms. Stein. And the U.S. Supreme Court a couple of years ago sided in favor of the person who had the patent for seeds. But we're not talking $4,200. We're talking substantial amounts of money. You may want to consider working this out before she takes you to the next level.
I understand.
That is the order. Case closed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All rise.
Judge Ross has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
My neighbor knows that she stole my pepper, and now I have to take it to a higher court.
I am very pleased with the judge's decision, obviously, but I've learned my lesson.